Hi everyone and welcome to One Connected Love. I'm Daniel.
I'm Christina.
And we are twin flames in harmonious union. We're here to bring you today's Twin Flame Union energy card reading. The deck we will be using today is The Loving Words from Jesus by Doreen Virtue. It's an excellent deck. And we've gone ahead and pre-shuffled the deck, so let's get started.
All right. So the underlying energy of this reading, the card at the bottom of the deck, is "You are the light of the world," Matthew 5:14.
That was
It's a great message.
Great message.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting from this card is it feels like the theme that's going on in like this week is kind of like epiphany.
Yeah.
Or like realization. Certain things are being realized about yourself, and with those things, come like great clarity.
Right.
Clarity on who you are as your divine self, as the light of the world.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and I just really feel like it's an encouragement to shine your light, right? And to claim that for yourself and really shine, choose to shine. Don't listen to ego that's telling you to be small. Ego's an illusion. Ego isn't real. Choose to shine. Every time you don't listen to ego and you whatever you believe about yourself, you don't listen to it and you choose to shine anyway, you're saying no to ego and you're winning.
Right, exactly. It's okay to claim your power and know it, and tell ego no, don't listen to that voice.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, so the collective union energy for the moment is "Knock and it shall be opened unto you," Matthew 7:7. Yeah. Basically it's talking about how you're always being perfectly supported. You always have everything that you desire. You just need to ask for it and you need to claim it. And many times we don't ask for it. Right. Because we believe we're not worthy. We believe that we're not supported. We believe it's not happening for us. And you can use the mirror exercise to really clear through those like negative self-doubts, all those things that upset you. But like really, the truth is that you're always being perfectly loved and supported. I mean, you said something really beautiful earlier today that God is always loving you and wants you to recognize that you're very loved. And so God's always going to keep loving and supporting you until you realize that.
Right, exactly. God will keep supporting you no matter any choices you make until you realize how much you actually love God.
Yeah.
And God will be there forever.
Right.
Yeah, and what I get from this card, is exactly that. This is related to, if you saw yesterday's reading talking about, claiming your power, going out there and making your dreams come true. Well, those dreams God gave you.
Right.
And, God continues to give to you. This is all about, going out there and claiming it and partnering with God.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. So the current energy of the Divine Feminine Collective, the block that she's working through, is "Have faith in God," Mark 11:22. Yeah. And those are very synchronous numbers. There's a bunch of 7:7, 11:22. Have faith in God. And what does that really mean, to have faith in God?
It really means to trust God and to really trust that God has your best interest in mind always. Like, things may never, sometimes may not make sense. You may not understand what's going on in your life, but God understands everything perfectly. God sees every aspect, of everything that's going on. And there's nothing that happens in your life that escapes God's attention.
Right.
Everything works into His favor, right? Into His plan, I mean.
Yeah.
And it's safe to trust that, and that's what faith is.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. And so as she moves through this energy, "With God, all things are possible," Matthew 19:26. Yeah, I think it's confirmation that as the Divine Feminine Collective moves through this this block of having faith, she's going to recognize that God has been there all along, and God is her driving force, and God is the force that like makes everything possible for her, right? And has always been there for her.
Yes, God is the source, right? God is the source of power, strength, pretty much God's the source of everything. And yeah, the divine feminine is going to realize that anything she desires, she can have, but only with God.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. All right. And so the divine masculine collective, the block that he's moving through right now, take therefore no thought for the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Matthew 6:34.
I feel like this is saying that there's really no need to worry about the future.
Right.
Like there's like worrying and thinking about the future distracts you from the present, and it just distracts you from yourself, really. It's always best to stay in the present with yourself and in the present with God. Worrying about the future and planning too far ahead, it's really an energy leak.
Right.
And unless it's God's plan anyways, then it's not going to be in your best interest. So it's best to be with yourself in the present and manifest from here and love God from here, and take it one day at a time.
Right. Well, just to be clear, it's important to know what you desire.
Yes.
And it's important to have goals that
And
you're
set the
moving
intention.
towards. And set the intention. But the how and like the minor details of it, you can allow those to unfold, right? And you can allow that to become clear as things open up for you.
Right, and that doesn't mean, well, I'm going to spend my whole paycheck on electronics then. Or,
Yeah. No.
That's not what we're saying. We're saying obviously follow your inner guidance, be responsible, but
Right.
There's no need for worry.
Exactly.
There's no need for worry about the future. You can just be present with yourself and trust that God has everything handled.
Exactly. You're always being perfectly taken care of. And just because you're always being perfectly taken care of, that doesn't mean that, like, you can be, wild and reckless, right? Like, being perfectly taken care of means that you have to value yourself.
Yeah, and
Right.
it means you can just be relieved.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, feel relief there.
Right. And so as the divine masculine collective moves through that energy, your faith has saved you. Go in peace. Luke 7:50. Yeah, it's basically the same energy that the divine feminine is moving into, which is it's just like that deepening of faith.
Yeah, exactly. It can be, difficult to, trust God, but as we've said in the past, anything you plan will never be greater than God's plan.
Right.
Like God always knows better than you do. And when you try to plan and you try to do things without God, essentially you're trying to be God. You're
Right.
in your own life, right? You're trying to control there. And nothing you could ever do could be better than what God has for you. So it's best to go ahead and surrender there.
Yeah, and it's if you're not used to trusting God, it can be difficult to do that at first. But it's quite simply something that you grow into, right? Like you deepen into. You can trust God. It's safe to trust God. And it's easy to trust God, right? Like ultimately it's a surrender. But if you're used to living from a space of control, that's a space where you can take baby steps, right? You can take baby steps into surrender, and it'll get easier and easier, right? Like it's like God's always there for you. Yeah. All right. And so the concluding energy of the reading is, can't get it out, right. Peace be unto you as my Father has sent me. John 20:21.
Yep. Yeah, this definitely feels like all of the other cards point to like overcoming, those upsets, and then really about faith. And as I mentioned earlier, in having faith and trusting God, you get relief.
Yeah.
And another word for relief essentially is like in the heart of relief is peace.
Right, exactly.
Right, it's just peace. And It feels like, yeah, the closing energy from this lesson essentially is you receive a deeper understanding and a deeper relationship with peace.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that feels good to me.
All right. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. We will have more to come in the future. If you're interested in our services, which are private twin flame coaching and private twin flame card reading specifically geared towards your journey, check out the links below to our website, oneconnectedlove.com. And please like and subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed what you saw.
Yeah.
And as always, thank you very much for watching this video, and we'll see you in the future.